quite a bit that goes there. So we'll take you back a way. So we started in 2004 as just kind of a way to pay for college. So I didn't have to get student loans, student debt. I soon made more at this than I could at my degree that I was going into, and I enjoyed this so much. We kind of kept going in this direction. I got married in 2006, and we moved into an apartment that was contaminated with methamphetamine. And we ended up losing everything, including the clothes on our backs. We couldn't keep any of it. It just kept making me sick. I was sick, covered in hives from head to toe, on tons of medication, medical bills coming out the buckets and coming out of everywhere. Where our first daughter was born with hypoplastic left heart, which means that she had half of her heart. She needed multiple open heart surgeries and spent her first year of life in the ICU at the local primary children's hospital here. So as you can imagine, medical bills are crazy. Then we couldn't even afford to have an office anymore. We moved the office into our basement. I had employees coming and working in my basement while my wife is upstairs trying to keep the kids quiet and allow us to work. Like, it doesn't get much sadder than that until I got your letter. And then I had to take money out of my personal savings just because that month we had people paying late and didn't even have enough money to make payroll. So we had to take money out of our personal savings to make payroll. And then I get this letter, and it's just this shining gleam of hope. And we didn't have money for it. And we had put it on a credit card, and we said, this has to work. And we jumped in with both feet, and best business decision that we've ever made, for sure.
Amazing. Yeah. It reminds me a little bit, of David Javahari. He didn't dip into personal savings, but in order to get the marketing ramped up, he took a loan out to, and he does the whole thing on stage. If you've ever seen like last year's spokesperson, where he shows, okay, I got this much money, here was the interest rate, here's what I was paying, and here's how I paid it off. So it's kind of interesting. And I want to go on record. I'm not, folks, I'm not here telling people, hey, dip into your personal savings, second mortgage on the house to come to one of our programs. Because that's kind of dangerous advice for me to give. I mean, that's a way of like having the wife come kill me. You know what I mean? And I like my body intact. So, that, and I don't look good in orange. So, I don't want to be asking people to do things like that, but I think it does show, I think, I want people to hear this, because we get people coming to us, and sometimes they're even customers, and they just say, I don't have any money. I can't, like, they have the campaigns, but they are just like, we're too small. We don't have any money and so forth. So, what I want you to talk about now is like, so you go to this rapid implementation workshop, and just so, because I know not everybody on this webinar might know what rapid is. So we have different levels of membership. We have the toolkits, like the kind of dip your toe in low level. We've got MSP launch, which we did not have, Adam, when you joined, right?
Correct.
So you would actually have been put into MSP launch, maybe accelerators. I don't know. You were kind of on that. You were 571. So you could have, I guess you could still go into Excel because you had enough break fix customers. And then there's accelerators, which is for, for companies like Adam who have some customers and they want to accelerate to the next level. And part of that is a 3-day workshop called Rapid Implementation that you go through. We get deep into like building the marketing roadmap. And then there's a 17, 18 week weekly implementation accountability call. We just take this whole big marketing thing and we chunk it down again and again and again. So when you join, you have no money, right? If none, laying around extra. Like, talk about like, what were some of the first things you did that got you sort of rolling in the right direction?
So I think, and you say this over and over again, I've heard you say this, that like you either have to have enough desire to make a change, or enough desperation to make a change. I was definitely on that desperation side, obviously. But when we put it on a credit card, it kind of motivated us to say, hey, we have to do this. Like, it's going to take us a year to pay off this amount we're putting on the credit card if this doesn't work and we don't do this. And so we went into Rapid. We didn't take out a loan Didn't feel comfortable doing that other than just that little bit we put on the credit card to pay for Rapid. But we started where we were. So we had to start small. So that was started with our own clients and converting those clients from break fix over to managed. And that was our very first thing that we did. Once we converted those over, then we started doing marketing. But even then we started really small with, 25 a week that we could market and make phone calls on and follow up.
Okay.
And then as we grew, we put more money into marketing because we had more money to put into marketing.
So how many clients did you have back in 2019, roughly? How many break fix?
My guess would be 40, 50, somewhere in there.
And did you so when you go to these and these guys have been break fix for 15 years, right? That's what you had said,
Yes.
right? So for a long time, they're doing break. So when you go back, like how many of them did you convert and talk about what those conversations look like?
So I hope none of them are watching this. But so we went to our customers before we went to Rapid and we said, hey, we've heard of this new thing. We want to get you on these plans. We're going to take care of these things for you. It'll give you unlimited service, unlimited support. We'll do all of this for you. And we're going to charge you $45 a computer to do it. And our clients are like, no way, we're not going to pay that. I can't see value in that. Why would we do that? So then we went to Rapid and we learned how to do this correctly. And then when we did this, what we did is we put together some seminars because we needed some change. We needed some change quick. So we put together these little lunch and learn seminars and we invited our clients. And this was really scary because it's not like I started with like the bottom of my clients. I just invited everybody, said, hey, come to this lunch and learn. Let's talk about this and talk about where things are going.
Okay.
And if you're okay, I can share my screen and just kind of show some quick examples of what that looked like and what we did.
Sure.
Let me just move this over and share screen too. So we put together a little invitation and we put this in a little box and had a little card that said, hey, don't be a sitting duck, come to our lunch and learn seminar. And we sent it out to enough clients and we said, here's our 3 dates of we're going to have this seminar. We didn't have anywhere to have the seminar, so we went to the city hall and we just rented a room in the city hall and had people come.
Okay.
Then when they showed up for the seminar, we gave them this presentation, this PowerPoint that just went through, did some survey results, talked about how IT has changed over to what it is today. And we kind of did our big sales pitch when we got to this slide here that says, here's what you need to do to be safe and to do these things in this world. And would give them this handout for coming to the class, would give them this handout. But then we say, if you really want to be safe, you need to do a few more things. And these things would pop up one at a time, but it was a little bit overwhelming for them. And that was the whole idea is, hey, there's a lot that you need us to do to watch your network, patch things, check your services, all these things that we use tools to help us automate and to do. And then we said, okay, great. We put together this package that does this all for you. Included a couple bonuses in here for the dark web monitoring. And then we sold that at $105 a seat. Pretty much the same service, maybe a little bit different, packaged a little different, but pretty much the same service that we tried selling for $45 a seat. And people said, nope, no way. And now they came to us and we signed up. Every single client but one didn't want to convert, and we ended up firing them. But every single other client converted over and is now a managed client.
Okay. All right, cool. So I'm like, it's kind of, things are blowing up a little bit. So I'm doing this. Okay. So all of them, so boom, right away you convert all of them except one, and not $40, but now 105 was the average seat price, all in seat price?
Yep.
Okay. Just curious, what's your average all in seat price? Do you know?
150.
Okay. So that's gone up. Good. All right. Okay. So then you do that. What other kind of, in the early stages, what are some of the other marketing things that you did to kind of start getting more revenue, more customers?